We are out of the Champions League, ladies and gentlemen. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. And we're talking about this right here. PSG have eliminated Liverpool Football Club from the UEFA Champions League. The Champions League dream is over. The Champions League dream is finished. We are out of this competition. First of all, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff. And I just want to address, first of all, one thing, and I'm going to be completely honest. We can't scapegoat Darwin Nunez and Curtis Jones, you guys. I know both of them missed penalties, but there is no need for us to scapegoat. And I'm saying this as one of the loudest critics of Darwin Nunez this season. What I'm not going to do is to blame him for us getting eliminated or blame Curtis Jones for us getting eliminated, because the reason we got eliminated is only ourselves, which I'm going to address and talk about right here, right now. But it's not on Jones. It's not on Nunez. Like, we can't blame them for missing penalties. Penalties are always 50-50. We've won penalty shootouts ourselves before. We know that there's an element of luck involved and stuff like this. So for me, I'm not looking at those two and going like, yeah, you two are the reason why we got eliminated. I don't believe that whatsoever. I don't think that's the reason why we're getting eliminated at all, by the way. Like, I actually don't think that's the reason why we're eliminated at all of the Champions League. We deserve to get knocked out because we've been fucking shit today. Apologies for my French. We were shit today. Overall, over the two, I'm an honest man. Over the two-legged fixture, over the two-legged tie, PSG 100% deserved to win. 100%. They were better than us, at their own backyard. Obviously, we had the moment where Elliott scored, and we obviously had an unbelievable celebration and all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, like, overall, over the two legs, they were a lot better than us. We have to be honest. Alisson saved us in the first game, but he couldn't save us in the penalty shootout. From the first penalty, I felt nervous after Vitinha almost took a penalty in slow motion and Alisson didn't save it. And I was so disappointed. Because Alisson probably should have saved that, because Vitinha took it quite literally in slow motion, man. And I just so disappointed. And listen, we know, as Liverpool fans, we know Alisson's probably one of the best, if not the best keeper in the world, but penalties is just not his forte. Like, he's just not a good penalty shot stopper. I wouldn't have been mad had he brought on Kelleher, like, to take the penalty shooters. But once again, I can't blame Alisson because he's the reason why we're in this tie to begin with. The ones who have to hold accountability, in my opinion, is the forward line players. The forward line players today all let us down. And I'm going to start with the player who's the best player in the world, Mohamed Salah. And there is no bigger Salah fan on this platform more than Don Husam. I'm his biggest fan. I'm his biggest defender. I defend him all the time. I protect him from when people want to waffle, from when people want to talk shit on his name, when people exaggerate like how bad he is and shit. But at the end of the day, today, he was just not good enough. He was just not good enough from start to finish. You know, he had a couple of good moments in the first, like, 3, 4, 5, 15 minutes, whatever it is. And then he faded off as the game progressed. Should have scored. He had two very good chances to score. One was cleared by Nuno Mendes. One, he didn't even hit the target. And he was just absolutely dreadful today. Same with Diogo Jota. Like, those two are two that you look at as a Liverpool fan and think that they're going to score. They're going to put the ball in the back of the net. They're clinical forwards. They're forwards who are very effective in the final third. And both of them are just dog shit, to be honest with you. Both of them were absolute crap, and they both put on unacceptable performances at all. Gakpo, I know he just came back from injury, but he himself didn't have a good performance, in my opinion, even when he came on for that 15 minutes. Darwin, not just the penalty, overall, I don't think it was good. Maybe the only forward that comes out with any bit of credit, in my opinion, from this game is probably Luis Diaz, because he was at least creating chances. He was doing something on the pitch. Even as someone who isn't really the biggest fan of Diaz in this universe, I will say Diaz probably was one of the better players out of the forwards, but they weren't good anyway. And the other reason is I think Arne Slot got it wrong. I think Arne Slot got it wrong, in my opinion, today, because I think he should have went with the 4 midfielders from the beginning. The reason why we conceded that goal, let's actually speak logically here. The reason why we conceded the Dembele goal, yes, it's a horrible goal to concede, and Dembele scores a tap-in and blah, 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 I get it, but we have to analyze why. First of all, the midfield was like a donut hole. There was literally no one in midfield, because we pressed so high, we left so many spaces in behind. And they took advantage of that. Konate should have probably cleared it better, and after that, Dembele just scores the tap-in. And to be honest with you, yes, the press worked, where we had a couple of dangerous chances, but I feel like we over-pressed. We pressed too much. It was like almost watching gung-ho football for really no reason whatsoever, because we were 1-0 up. Like, we were 1-0 up in the tie. We were 1-0 up in the affair, and we just went gung-ho for no reason whatsoever. I think Arne should have probably started Endo or started Curtis Jones with a 4-man midfield, played Salah and Diaz together up top, or a Salah and Jota, or whatever it is you wanted to play. But I think you should have went with 4 midfielders, gives us a bit more balance, gives us a bit more ability to keep the ball and stuff. But unfortunately, we didn't do that. We didn't keep the ball well. We deserve to get eliminated. We deserve to get knocked out, and we are put in this position that we are put in. So yeah, this is what I think in terms of Arne Slot got it wrong. I think our forward line players were horrible. I think our final third in general was just absolute dog shit, to be honest with you. Our final third, decision making, executions, even the triangles, everything was just absolute crap, to be honest with you. And I'm really disappointed, because we're out of the Champions League, and I really thought this season was a season where we could win it. This is a season where we could go forward in the Champions League. This is a season where we can progress. This is a season where we can, go and do the double, dare I say it. But we've been eliminated at home by Paris Saint-Germain, and Luis Enrique out-tactic Arne Slot, in my opinion. Our forward line players were crap. Maybe the only midfielder who deserves some form of credit in the 2 games is probably Alexis McAllister. Other than that, I don't think anyone deserves credit. So yeah, it is what it is, man. We get knocked out. Obviously, we have to finish the job now Sunday, Carabao Cup against Newcastle, and we have to win this league title, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. We win the league and we get number 20. But this is very disappointing. This was absolutely horrible, and there is no excuses for it. We deserve to get knocked out. So yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.